In creating drawing 2-6, I'm going to pull up just like I normally would. I'm going to pull up the title block drawing. And as soon as that pulls up, just like always, change to 2-6 and do a save as, and save it as drawing 2-6. Okay, so once we are ready to start 2-6, the objectives on 2-6, if we take a look at the assignment itself, we're going to be creating lots of words actually. What these are is these are different line types, and the line types are all listed right here: continuous lines, center line, hidden line, phantom line, and a couple of other continuous lines. These are the line weights. Notice how some of them are thicker than the others. These right here indicate the thickness of each line. And so a phantom line is typically drawn much thicker than a hidden line or a center line. Border lines are much thicker than text lines or hatch lines. So that's why we have the different thicknesses shown here. And so we're going to go through and I'm going to show you how to draw in lines, change them to the different line types, and then also change the line weight to the different thicknesses. So let's go into AutoCAD and let's start that. The first part of the drawing is not terribly difficult. It's just creating the border, it's just creating the frame, and I'm just kind of guessing here as the size of this. Notice I made everything too big, and then I usually just go back and trim. So there's the general frame of our drawing. Now we've got to go in and we've got to add in different line types or different lines. It looks like this one may need to be moved a little bit just to make it look a little better. Okay, so let me get into the text command. It says in the assignment sheet that the text height for the title is 0.25. So I'm going to come up here and put in a title. 0.25 is supposed to say in all capital letters. AutoCAD line types. I will take that and kind of center it in the middle. That doesn't look good. If it gives you issues like this where you can't move it to where you want it, turn off your tracking devices. That will usually help. Okay, so the next set is in here. And it says that all the rest of the text is a 0.2 instead of 0.25. Now it also says in the objectives that it would be best if we use the copy command to create, are different. This one's going to say line type. This one's going to say line weight. Oops. If it doesn't fit, we may have to make some adjustments with the sizes of the boxes. Let's do copy. I'm going to hold the shift key down and select more than one thing here. And I'm going to come down 1 inch. And I'm going to come down. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 different. I have 7 different lines of this or rows of this. So I'm going to see if I can't come down 1 inch for each one. So I'm going to come down 2 inches now. Come down 3. I don't know if this is going to fit. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. So this actually didn't work. I was hoping I could go 1 inch between each one, but I need one more in here. So I'm actually going to delete these out. I'm going to keep the top one because I think that's centered nicely. But I'm going to go, let's see, copy this and this. Maybe point. Oh, 0.5 looks like. 0.5 is only going to be here. 0.75. I'm going to try 0.75. So 0.75, enter. And I'm going to copy this one. Down 0.75. Down 1.5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. I just used 0.75 between each one. So I went 0.75, and then from here down 1.5, and then from here down 2.25, then down 3. So I just increased at an increment of 0.75 between each one. You can do whatever looks good for yours. You can do that same thing. So now instead of typing these things out, now I've got all this in here. Now I just double click on it and just change the name to whatever it's supposed to say. This is going to be an object line. This one's going to be a, oops, this one's going to be a border line. This one's going to be a center line. You get the idea. So it's much quicker to copy all these into place and then just double click and change the name. It's quicker to do that than it is to go in and use the text command for each one of these. Okay. And you'll do the same thing for the line weights, both in millimeters and in inches. You'll write all those out. And then what you're going to do is you're going to just draw lines. I'm going to start here. And I'm going to copy these down as well. Just like I did copying, I want my spacing to be the same. So I'm going to go copy this, enter. I'm going to go down 0.75. Uh-oh, look at the angle I did. I'll have to go back and fix that one. 1.5. 2.25. 3. 3.75. And okay. So now I have all these lines in. These two are continuous lines. And it says the line weight for the top one in the assignment sheet, it says that it has a 0.5 millimeters. So here's how we end up changing this, is we highlight the line itself, you highlight it, and then over on the left side, you come to properties, and you change the line type from a continuous line to whatever it's supposed to be. Well, this one's supposed to be a continuous, that's great, and it has to have a line weight of 0.5. So I'm going to go to line weight, and I'm going to change it to 0.5. So this is now a line weight of 0.5 continuous line. Then I hit escape. This next one is a continuous line at a line weight of 0.7. So I come down here, line weight to 0.70. Escape. Now these don't look any different. This one is supposed to be a center line. So, and it's supposed to have a line weight of 0.35. So this one I actually have to change the line type here. So this is a center line. Oops, at a 0.35. Okay, so with this highlighted, it is a center line at 0.35. I hit escape, and you notice that that line type changed. Hidden line at 0.35. Escape. Phantom line. Doesn't give me a phantom line. Interesting. If it doesn't give you the phantom line, change it to either the fence line or a zigzag line, and we're going to go, it says the phantom line should be 0.80. 0.80. Hit escape. Okay, so you get the idea. You just highlight it, change the line type, change the line weight, and then hit escape. Now notice it doesn't look, I can't tell any difference. It doesn't look like any of these are thicker than the others. And it won't, for the sake of making your drawing more accurate. When you go to print something like this, if I were to go into the print and what to print. Okay, come on, come on. Okay, so you'll notice, I don't know if you can see this or not. Hopefully you can see this. But in the print preview, it gives me the different line thicknesses. You can see the differences, okay? You just can't see them on the drawing itself when you're working on it. Okay, and that's the general gist of how to create drawing 2-6. Just don't forget, you've got to continue on with all the rest of the um, with the information that's in the brackets here. But just the main objective, make sure you keep things spaced properly, make sure everything is done, but utilize the copy command, which will allow you to keep things lined up and keep things spaced properly. It'll bring speed also. You'll finish your drawing much quicker if you do that. Okay, so I hope that went well. If not, you can ask questions during class.